Hey guys, Wednesday, decided to finally do a check-in. It's been a week, I tell you, so far. Sunday we did our SeaWorld video. Brought my son with me on that. If you haven't checked it out already, it's on this YouTube channel. I'm sure you have if you watch these boring ones. But yeah, we had a good time. I tried not to do too bad on my diet. I had a couple of bites of the things that we got, but we just got a few sample size things, and I only had a couple of bites of each. Some of them I only had one bite of. Some of the ones like those burrito tacos were awesome. I had a couple of bites of those. But yeah, so then Sunday I didn't do a workout. I just actually I did. I took like a 20-minute walk in the evening. And then Monday I felt like not very good Monday. It was a tough day for me. Didn't feel motivated. Didn't feel strong, but I managed to get out and walk about 4.5 miles and run about 3.5 miles. So I really was able to force myself to get the workout done. Wasn't able to force myself to document it because I just really wasn't feeling it. But I was fortunate enough that I could force myself to work out on Monday. Then yesterday, I realized I'm really not taking enough rest days right now, especially this last month, because my glute was still hurting me, giving me trouble. And I needed some new shoes, and I needed to mow my yard. So I did some landscaping yesterday morning for my workout for a couple of hours. Went and bought myself some new shoes, and other than that, did my best to just rest and recover. So yeah, today my goal is to run anywhere between 3 and 6 miles, and to walk enough to make up the difference to where I burn 1,000 calories. As far as my diet goes, I've been sticking to it pretty good, eating 1,600 to 1,800 calories, with the exception of SeaWorld the other day. My weight hasn't moved much this last week, but I know a lot of it's water retention. I started the week at 229-ish, right? Topping out 228.8, 229.2 in that area. And I'm right about down to 226, low 227s, 227.2 or so. So I lost about a pound and a half in the last week. But I feel like I've lost more than that, because I can tell there are spots on my body now that I'm getting down into the low 220s and having less body fat. It's easier to tell when you lose body fat. So I can undoubtedly feel spots where there's less fat than there was 2 weeks ago. So I'm not really concerned about the scale not reflecting too much, because I know it will here in the next week. So yeah, gonna get out here, do this run today. Try to stay on track, try to stay positive, try to keep that positive mind state. Keep getting this weight off, stay on pace for August. My goal at the beginning of August was to get down to 225 by the end of the month. I started August, let me move that. I started August at 235. So my goal was to get off 10 pounds this month by the end of the month. And I'm still on track to do that. Overall, I've been pretty happy with my progress this week. It's been good. I did over 15 miles, if you saw that video, on Saturday. And my goal is to incrementally increase my mileage by about 10% a week. So I was really happy with that for my long run day anyway, until I get that up to about 18 miles or so. And then I'm gonna stagnate that mileage while I start adding in more mileage on other days. I got new shoes. Some people had asked me what kind of shoes I like to wear, being a bigger person and running. The answer to that's really like, you should go to a running store, get your gait analysis done, and figure out the shoes that are right for you. And even if those don't feel right, I think you should experiment with other shoes and find the shoes that feel good on your feet, especially if you're doing a lot of miles, the shoes that feel best on your feet for long mileage. But I wear support shoes at least until I lose another 30-40 pounds, and then I may try switching away from them. But I have had my gait analysis done, and they told me that I overpronate, so that I should wear support shoes. But I also just like all the extra cushion. And out of all the particular brands of shoes that I've tried, I really like Brooks. I like the way they fit my feet. I feel like I have like these weird finger toes, and they give me fewer blisters and stuff. So the last pair I owned were the Brooks Launch 9 GTS. The GTS are the ones that always have the extra support in them. And I liked them, but I felt like they were too light and maybe didn't offer quite enough support for me. But I ended up still putting like 600 miles on them and had to go get some new ones. So I got these Brooks Adrenaline 22, also GTS, because I like the support. They were one of the ones that they had there that was in my size. I have bigger feet, I wear a 12. So I'll let you guys know as the next week or two goes, how I feel about the Adrenaline 22 GTS by Brooks. But I do love Brooks shoes. Out of all the different shoes I've bought, I feel like I usually get more miles out of Brooks than I do other brands. Went to Publix, get me a Ghost. Love these things. Get some caffeine in me. We're 1.5 miles in. Shoes are feeling really good so far, like really good. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna go over 5 miles of running today because I'm saving it up for this weekend. Gonna push that mileage again to 16.5 on Saturday. Okay, so I got to 3 total miles of running, and my heart rate just kept peaking at like, I kept trying to slow my pace down and get it to go down, but it didn't want to go under 155, and I kept trying to go like over low 160s, 161, 162. So I slowed down to let my heart rate go down. I was thinking why, and I looked at my phone for the weather app, and it's 90% humidity, so I'm pretty sure that's why. So I still want to run 5 miles and then walk maybe another 4 or 5 more. So I'm gonna let my heart rate, it's down to 135 now. Walking, I'm gonna let it drop down in the low 120s, and then run another 1.5 miles or so to get all my mileage in. Hopefully my heart rate will stay under control. Okay, so I'm almost to 5 miles, and I figured I'd stop for a minute and talk about this week and today for just a second. This week for me has been one of those weeks since Monday where you don't want to do this. You're trying as hard as you can constantly to stay positive, having to really push myself this week to stay on track and stay productive. It's everything from just being really tired to aches and pains to feeling hungry all the time and struggling to stay at a caloric deficit, to just feeling unmotivated, and those bouts of depression that I struggle with and have struggled with for years, trying to rear their ugly head on me, and high levels of anxiety, and yeah, just kind of like not an easy week, not an easy day. And then that relates to the fitness and the running side of it too, where today my heart rate just wouldn't stay under control. It wouldn't, no matter what I did, it would kept peaking up in the mid to high 150s to the low 160s. And that probably is the humidity. It could be a number of things. It could be maybe I need to slack off the caffeine a little bit or something, but I don't think it's that, because I didn't have enough caffeine, I don't think, to do that. I think it's the humidity. But in the way it relates is that on days when you feel like you're going backwards, on weeks when you feel like you're going backwards, you feel like you're sliding, you feel like there's nothing you can do to get things under control, you have to just stop for a second and step back and tell yourself, that's okay, I'm doing what I can. Do I want to be walking right now? No, I want to be running. Do I want to be having so much heart racing problems and my glutes still sore whenever I'm trying to hit more mileage and make progress and it feels like I'm going backwards? No, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to walk, make sure I burn these calories, make sure I'm out here getting the exercise anyway, and make sure that I'm pacing myself and staying at a targeted heart rate, not pushing myself to try to run for 5 miles with my heart above 150 beats per minute. Because even though I was able to run for 10 miles with my heart's below 150 beats per minute on Saturday, that doesn't mean you can do that every day, whether it's the humidity or what. But you don't look at it as a setback and you don't look at it as backwards progress. You try to just look at it as, this is the amount that my body's willing to give today. And as long as I'm giving that amount, as long as I'm pushing that amount, then the progress is going to come, even if it's slow and even if it feels frustrating. So we made it to the end. Little over 8 miles, almost 1,200 calories. It'll be a little over 1,200 calories and a little closer to 9 miles by the time I make it home, finish walking the rest of the way. But I got a little burst of energy here at the end of the day. Told myself to stop feeling sorry for myself and push through. And I jogged the last half a mile and a half. So I feel pretty good. I started thinking to myself, I was kind of feeling sorry for myself, and I reminded myself how far I've come since last year, 142 pounds, 92 pounds since January. It's been a lot of success, a lot of success. So there's no point in feeling sorry for myself for the days and weeks that I'm not as successful as I hoped or thought I would be. And likely the weight just due to some water fluctuation and carb fluctuation on the scale, maybe eating too much sodium. But yeah, it's great, man. I've just reminding myself that I need to be thankful, and reminding myself that this is how I stay motivated, is by being thankful and by being positive and by always reminding myself why I'm doing this, to find that happiness that I felt like I used to have when I felt better and was able to be more involved in life and able to experience life and just be more human because I felt better, had more energy, and wasn't so self-conscious and ashamed of my weight. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys very much. 92 pounds since January, 142 pounds total since last year, since, a little before last summer. Doing awesome. Hopefully we'll be adding some more videos this week that you guys might like. So stay tuned for those. Please, if you can, comment in any way to get some engagement, and share this with your friends or anyone you think that might be interested in it, so I can, try to get some more traffic on this page. I don't do it because I need to do it for a living or anything like that. I do it to help keep myself accountable and help keep myself motivated, and because it's been a really cool, engaging, fun hobby for me to do. So, and I'm always looking for the feedback too, to let me know what I can change, what I could do differently, and how I could make this, more fun for the people who are watching it. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Gonna finish this, head home, relax for the rest of the day as much as I can. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next time.